Going live. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. It's always something with it's always something. Coming on live, I am live on Instagram and live on YouTube. For those of you guys that are on, comment below if you are on. Hey, Maria. Like I mentioned, sorry for the technical difficulties. I had to start a whole new live on YouTube. It's just anyway, we're here. And the good thing is, if you were watching, you can always watch the replay. So if you see me looking down, it's because I have my YouTube video down here. And if you see me looking up here, is because I have my Instagram live set up. Okay. It's kind of a weird angle. Anyway, doesn't matter. Another Thursday, another training. So thanks for being here with me. I do these every week. Every Thursday, I have a training for boutique owners, female entrepreneurs who want to grow their boutique sales. And every week I cover a different topic, whether that is building brand loyalty or how to show up confidently online. It varies. So if you are on YouTube, go ahead and comment down below. Hey, Maria, I see you on Instagram Live. So I like for these to be interactive. So you can start by commenting down below who you are, what your name is, so I know who's here. But also, if anything doesn't make sense, if you have questions about anything, if something lands, something doesn't, make sure that you comment so that I know. Hey, so that I know whether or not it's making sense. Hey, DG Mendoza, thanks for joining. Where are you joining from? Remind me again. So guys, I am so excited to be here today because I'm talking about building brand loyalty. And now building brand loyalty is probably not the first thing that you think of when you're starting a business. San Diego, oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you told me. Building brand loyalty is not necessarily something that as entrepreneurs and as boutique owners, we might go straight into. I feel like building brand loyalty tends to be an afterthought. And building brand loyalty really starts at the beginning of when you're starting your business, especially when you haven't launched. This is prime time. It's the optimal time for you to start building loyalty before you even launch. So I'm going to talk to you guys today, 21 secrets to building customer loyalty and boosting sales for your online boutique. Now, make sure that if you are not signed in or registered for my weekly live trainings that you do so. I have the weekly link where you can register for these trainings on my link in bio in my Instagram at Quit Your Job and Get Creative. Make sure that you register so you can get the replay and you can also get notified when I go live. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the 21 secrets to building customer loyalty. Now, why is it important to build customer loyalty? Like, how does that affect you as a boutique owner and why should you care? Well, first of all, building relationships with your customers, a personalized relationship, builds brand loyalty. And in turn, brand loyalty leads to repeat purchases and recommendations. Word of mouth, the best referrals are word of mouth. Is when I have a product that I really like and I tell my friends about it, more likely they're going to go out and buy it because they have a reliable source that has vetted it. And when you build loyalty, you are increasing the chances of repeat sales and increasing the chances of referrals. If you're on YouTube, if you could just comment who is on, I'd love to see who is on. So it leads to repeat purchases and recommendations, referrals from people, which is key to growing organically, right? The other thing about creating personal relationships and building brand loyalty is that it's going to differentiate you or set you apart from your competitors, especially in the online space. There are a lot of boutiques, but the thing is that just because there's a lot of boutiques, I wouldn't say that I necessarily view them as competition, because there are a lot of boutiques that are just websites. Like, there's no brand behind it. There's no about me. There's no mission. There's no story. There's so many boutiques where people just like upload products and like expect people to buy. So even though there are a lot of boutiques, I wouldn't see them as competition. However, for the boutiques that have their brands established, it's going to set you apart from the other boutiques, right? It's like the personal experience, the personal relationships. And loyal customers are more likely to provide feedback and suggestions to improve your brand. So, all in all, why you should care is having personal relationships with your customers, building that brand loyalty ultimately leads to sales and repeat sales without you having to go out and acquire new customers, because they are essentially broadcasting your products for you, your customers who are referring other friends. Now, before I dive into the 21 secrets to building a customer loyalty and boosting sales, I want you to make sure that you know your audience. You have it defined. And don't give me that women between 20 and 40, because women who are 20 are very different from women who are 40. They have different styles, they have different lifestyles, they have different income. You need to get specific about who your audience is. And it's not even just about the age, there's more to it, right? Like, what are her insecurities? What does she care about? It's about diving deep into your audience. So I'm going to go into this training assuming that you've done your homework and that you know who your audience is, and that you also have a defined mission that is the foundation of your brand and is communicated in your social media and on your website. So now that that's cleared, I want to go into the training. So there are three ways or three different channels that I'm going to talk to you about: social media, email marketing, and in-person events. So with these three topics, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can build customer loyalty. So as a boutique owner, how can you build customer loyalty on social media? The first one, engage with your customers on social media. Respond to their comments, respond to their messages, like their stuff. When someone tags you somewhere, like it, make sure to repost. I think that there is this misconception sometimes, is that we expect people to come to us, like our stuff, comment our stuff, message us, but we rarely do any outreach of our own. We rarely comment on people's stuff. We rarely take the time to look at people's profiles. And so I think that one of the biggest things that you could do is build relationships through social media by actually caring, by actually going into their profiles, by actually commenting on their stuff, like saying, oh my God, Timmy's third birthday party, he's so big now. Like, it was just a year ago when he was, I don't know, walking, something like that. But like having genuine connections, like actually caring, right? The other thing is responding to those messages and comments promptly. So if someone's messaging you about a product, if someone's messaging you about a question, or even just like help with their order, make sure that you're responding ASAP, like promptly. Because first off, it creates a sense of urgency on your end. Customers feel like they are important. And two, it just creates an overall better experience for the customer. Like, no one wants to submit a question and you respond 3 days later, and then by that time I forgot, and you probably will lose out on that sale. So make sure that you're responding promptly. Another one is share user-generated content. So if you have a boutique, if you have clothes, and if someone is wearing your dress, say that you sold a dress to a girlfriend who was wearing it on her vacation in Mexico. If she posts that picture and tags you, or even if she doesn't tag you, make sure that you're reposting that picture that she posted, and make sure that you're tagging her and that you're tagging yourself, because when you repost, that person is more likely to repost the repost, if that makes sense. And when you see the reposting of the repostings, it creates more visibility for you, but it also attracts their followers to check you out. And more than likely, you'll probably get a few followers for every repost that someone shares. So make sure that you're using that content. And it's even more important because we are in a society or in a time where content is king, and there's this pressure to put out new content. So using user-generated content is the best thing, because you don't have to do anything. It's like free content, right? So make sure that you're reposting that. Another way that you can provide customer loyalty to bring it all together via social media is offer exclusive deals and promotions. Now, I'm all about don't overuse the promotions and the deals and the sales because you don't want to dilute your brand and you don't want to lower your prices just because people aren't buying. Usually that's a sign of something else. It's not because, oh, it's too expensive. Like there are people who spend $800 on a t-shirt. So if anyone tells you you're too expensive, you're not too expensive. They're just not your audience. So when you do decide to do promotions or any sales or whatever, post it on social media and say, hey, for my Instagram users only, here's a link for a code, or here is the link to get access to my new drop or to pre-order. Make it exclusive. And also, if you do this with your emails as well, just make sure that you do say, like, this is exclusively for my email subscribers. This is exclusively for my social media subscribers. My favorite, another one, number 5, host Q&A sessions, especially using Instagram Live, like this medium that I'm doing. I'm doing YouTube Live as well. Even on TikTok Live, setting a time to answer questions that people have. Now, a lot of times there are people that are looking at your brand, that are looking at your products, that are on the fence about purchasing because they're just not sure. They're not sure if they really know the product. They're not sure how it works. They're not sure of the prices. And so hosting Q&A sessions really helps people get their questions answered, but 2, it helps you build a relationship with your audience. It helps your audience feel heard. There's no better feeling than being a customer that feels heard, right? Like I'm important enough for you to do a Q&A and answer my questions. And it's also a way for you to showcase your personality while you're hosting these Q&As and just like, hey guys, where are you from? Get to know your audience even better. And also like better your brand because you know what people want from you. It's number 6, through social media, show behind the scene glimpses. So a lot of times when I coach a lot of my students, they tend to just focus their social media content on the business. And while that's normal, right? Like that's expected, there is more to your business than just like your products and the front facing side of your business. The back end is everything that goes on with you for your business as well, but also personal. So as a small business, you are your brand. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are your brand. So posting on social media beyond just your products is going to allow customers to be able to dive into your life, to get to know you better, get better insights on who you are, and have more things to resonate with you, to find things in common with you. So show how you package orders for your business, show how you go buying products, materials, show that, but also show what you do on the weekends. Show your puppy, show what you're up to, how you start your morning, a day in the life. It really is all encompassing because people want to connect with people. People are not trying to connect with brands for the sake of brands. Like they're trying to connect with the people behind the brand. And that's how you're going to build loyalty. As a brand is not a person, it's a thing. It's not necessarily something that has emotion, right? It's the person behind it. So show behind the scenes. Now, moving on to email marketing. Here's tip number 7. Utilize personalization and customization where you can. So a lot of the email marketing tools that we use allow us to capture subscribers' first names. So one quick little thing that you can do via email marketing to build loyalty is using customers' first names. And a lot of times when you put your emails together, there are templates and options where you can put, hey, at first name of your subscriber, and it'll pull in the name, what they filled into the form to opt in, and it'll make the email seem personable. And it's beyond just the introduction. It's also like within the email, like, hey, Jocelyn, or hey, Maria, or hey, Natalia, I have these new drops for me. I think, Natalia, I think these drops will look so good on you. And it's just a way to make it feel a lot more personal. And also, there are options to segment your lists. So your email list, you can segment them. So there are certain email marketing platform tools that when you set up your opt-in form, you can have little boxes that say, check everything you're interested in. And you can have something like shoes, accessories, luxury clothes, jackets, however you want to divide it. And when people opt in, they're added to those specific lists. So whenever you are having a big shoe sale, you can always send it to the people that click that they're interested in shoes, right? And this is just an example. You can come up with very creative ways, but having that option to customize and segment your list allows you to be even more specific and deliver a more personalized experience. So that's number 7. Number 8, and I say this a lot, is have a welcome email sequence in place, guys. Easiest way for people to get to know you, especially if they landed on your website, is have a personalized email. Just write out a 3 email sequence, right? Where it starts off, you deliver a freebie, whatever that is. The second email can be talking about the boutique, what it stands for, its mission. And the third email can be your story, how you got here, right? So make sure that you have that set up. And again, I had a training last week. It's my dog shaking. I had a training last week where I showed you guys how to write emails in like 10 seconds by using AI, Chat GPT. You literally, it's a bot. It's like a chat bot. You literally tell it, write me a welcome email sequence for my customers who are women between the ages of 27 and 32, living in big cities who love to dress sexy. And it'll literally generate you a 3 email sequence. And obviously you can edit as needed and personalize it. But there you go. You have your welcome email sequence. Set it up with your email marketing system. And if you don't have an email marketing system by now, girl, where have you been? You need to. You just need to. And the beauty about that is that you set it up once, you don't have to touch it, and it automatically does the work for you. So it tells your story to people without you having to literally have to tell your story every single time someone joins. Another way to build brand loyalty is abandoned cart emails. The reason why this works is because, one, you remind them of, hey, I'm here. Like, remember you put this in your cart and you didn't purchase for whatever reason. It's another way to stay top of mind. But then 2, it's another way to close the sale. So a lot of times, like, those abandoned cart emails do lead to sales, and they're generated as well. So they're automatic. So these can be set up with your email marketing system and the platform that you use. So if you use Shopify, WordPress, Square, Wix, whatever you use, you can set it up in a way so that when people put something in their cart and they don't purchase, a day later, they'll get an automated email saying, hey, you left this in your cart. And so again, you stay top of mind, and then you increase the opportunity of you closing that sale. And you having this interaction, so the more you interact with the customer, the more that you're building that rapport, and eventually you're building that loyalty. Another email that you want to send out is personalized recommendation emails. Guys, especially if you're just starting out your boutique. And let's say you're just starting out, you're not getting that many sales, you have a few customers here and there. This is the perfect time for you to really nourish and give everything you have to your current subscription list. So let's say my friend Jessica bought this like cute cutout dress. And I know that she likes sexy. She likes to go to the club. She likes to go to Miami and Mexico. And so I know that her style. So say Jessica bought a dress for me 2 months ago. Now, I don't have many sales, so I have a pretty good knowledge on who's buying what. I know who my customers are. If you have a new drop, say I get this like new cutout bodysuit, it's sexy. I know Jessica would love it. I know it's up her alley. Write Jessica an email. Hey, Jessica, I'm about to drop this bodysuit. I thought of you because you purchased this dress, and I know it'll look sexy. It'll look really good on you, and I know it'll look good when you travel to X, Y, and Z, or when you head out to brunch, or when you go on your date night. Include a link of the product. Now, I will say these personalized recommendation emails are not optimal if you have like large volumes and large sales. But this video and this training is dedicated to those that are just starting out who don't really have sales. And once you get to a point where you do have that volume and you're making good sales, you can actually automate this via an email marketing system or your checkout, your platform. You probably have to pay for this separately. But again, if you are bringing in the money, like, why not? But for now, since you are just starting out, writing these personalized little short emails, having a very much like catering a personal experience, believe me, when Jessica opens that email, she's at least going to feel special and it's going to remember me, right? Like, wouldn't you buy if you were Jessica and you bought that sexy dress, and if I reached out to you a month later and said, hey, this will look so good on you, I think it'll look great when you go on your date nights or the brunches that you go on the weekends or on your trip to Mexico, like, wouldn't you at least be flattered if it was a personal email from the owner? Another way that you can build loyalty through email marketing is setting up a thank you email. Now, these are going to be one of two things. I prefer automated ones, but you can start off writing personalized emails. Again, if you're not getting that many sales, write a thank you email, or even like when you ship out your items, write a thank you card and make it personalized. Say, Jessica, thank you for buying this dress. I know it's going to look so beautiful on you. Have so much fun in Mexico. That's so sweet. Or you can do the same via an email. Say, hey, Jessica, thank you so much for purchasing that dress. I would love to see you in it. Go ahead and feel free to send me a picture and tag yourself. I'd love to share it with my followers. Like, just sending those little thank you emails. If you can automate this, then absolutely do it and make sure that you're using that subscriber's name. Another cool way, and I think a lot of people don't do this, is a birthday email. So again, like, this really depends on how you have your opt-in set up, but you can't have it in where people can, when they enter their name and email, they can opt in for they can add their phone number if you want to send them text messages, or they can add their birthday email. And this is a good way for you to make them feel extra special. Like, one of my things, and actually it's my birthday month, and so one of the amazing things that I always look forward to, and it's such a small thing, but it really just like makes me feel special, and I'm sure it does for you too, is the Sephora birthday gifts. So I just went to Sephora last week and they were like, it's your birthday month, so you get like a free prize or something. And it was like, I got like a cute mascara, a cute Charlotte Tilbury lipstick and lotion and a serum. And it was free because it was my birthday. And then, like, granted, I know everyone gets one because everyone has a birthday who shops at Sephora, but it makes me feel special. And it just, like, I don't know, it just provides an overall really friendly experience. So if you can collect birthday emails, if you can provide maybe like a little discount, definitely do that, or even a little gift. However you can do it, definitely create something special for their birthdays. And if you don't have opt-ins, you can also create a spreadsheet. Like, have your customers, if you don't have a lot of customers and you're just starting out, like, take those 5 customers, take those 10, 15, 20 customers, shoot them a text and say, hey, what's your birthday month? I want to send you something. Like, you don't have to ask for their year or how old they are. You can just say what their birthday month is or what their day is. And you can schedule automated emails. So if Jessica were to tell me my birthday is April 22, I would write an email. Happy birthday, Jessica. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I hope you celebrate. Here's a 20% off code for you. May you have many great memories or something. And you can schedule in your email marketing system. It is my birthday month, Maria. I'm a Taurus. And you can schedule emails to be sent on that person's birthday. So, like, you don't actually have to do it the day of. You can sit here. And again, this works because if you are just starting out, you don't have that many sales, it's not going to take up a lot of time, especially if you're just like sitting there twiddling your fingers, waiting for the sales to come in. This is another way to nurture the heck out of the little customer base that you do have. Oh, I love Tauruses. Me too. What's your sign, Maria? So birthday emails. Another way is through survey emails. Now, I would say that this could be a good automated email that you can send out, that you can set up with your e-commerce tool. Just asking them how their experience was. Scorpio, nice. Asking them how their experience was. How is the checkout experience? Because oftentimes there are things that are glitchy that we don't know about. There are things that like maybe drop downs don't actually drop down. Maybe like you don't have the option to for express shipping. Maybe you only have the option for standard shipping. Like just ask them for for feedback on the process of purchasing. And that one can be automated. Another way is through the post purchase follow up. And now this is more like writing them an email and saying, "Hey, Jessica, I saw you went to Mexico. You know, maybe she didn't wear the dress. Hey, Jessica, I saw that you went to Mexico. Want to know if you were able to wear the dress. Let me know if there's anything I can improve on. You know, I'm here to serve you." You know, I can write her an email. Or if I saw that she wore it, I can say, "Hey, Jessica, I saw that you look so gorgeous in your dress at your dinner in Mexico. What did you think? You know, let me know what your thoughts are. If there's anything I can do to, you know, improve my pieces, my experience." Either way, having this like really personal level conversation, it's no longer like this, you're no longer this like cold, boring brand. You're now a person, like a friend, like someone that they can reach out to. And again, it's all about that personal connection. I mean, like for those listening, do you not feel special when businesses give you like a birthday discount or they call you in by name, or even when you go to Starbucks and the people at the restaurant or even at Starbucks, they'll say, "Hey, Jocelyn, how are you this morning?" Same thing or same thing as yesterday. Like it just makes you feel special that people remember you. So drop a yes, drop a 100 if you agree. I want to know who's listening. Now, I covered a lot of ways, but I want to talk about the best way. And obviously, you know, I saved the best for last. So the best way, the best, yes, I love personalizations. Yes, I love my Sephora. Okay, Ulta has a freebie. Ulta has a freebie because I shop at Ulta too. So I need to go in there this month because it's my birthday month. The best way to build customer loyalty though, in-person events. And you might be thinking, "But I'm an online boutique. How can I host in-person events?" You can. And I've done it. And let me tell you, yes, run. Okay. So the best way to build customer loyalty is through in-person events. And it's so funny, Natalia, because you are a client of mine. We've done coaching together. And I met you through an in-person event that I hosted at a coffee shop. So now you're no longer this stranger on the, and I met you from like a friend of a friend, right? It was like I had never met you and you came into this event that I had at a coffee shop. We got to know each other. You know, you came to my trainings and then you became a customer, a client, and you keep coming to my events. I hosted another workshop. You came, and like I would even say that at this point, like you're no longer like someone that I've never met. Like, you know, I would say that we're friends or an acquaintance, right? Like, I don't know, Natalia, are we friends? But point is that, Natalia, you went from a complete stranger to someone that I've seen, you know, on the regular for the past 2 months, right? So without that coffee shop event, without that workshop event, we wouldn't have had that connection or that relationship. So it's just kind of an example here. And I want to show you guys like this has happened with even the people that are on this live right now. So the best ways for you to build customer loyalty as an online boutique in person is one, pop-up shops. I'm not going to go into it because I talk about them all the time. You guys know what they are, do them. Number two, trunk shows. So especially if yes, I agree. We're friends now. Yeah. Number two, I would host a trunk show. Now, the thing with trunk shows, the way that they're different from pop-ups is trunk shows are usually a way to highlight a certain brand, a certain designer, a certain line. So it can be like, let's say one of your wholesale manufacturers, like you love their stuff, they ship on time, it's good quality. You can host a trunk show just for this wholesale account. So you can say like, I don't know, I'm just going to make it up, like J. Crew. Say you hold J. Crew items in your boutique. You can do a J. Crew trunk show, right? Like if it's a local designer, Like you could even invite them to come and host an event with you. Or if it's a manufacturer, you can just host an event around this manufacturer and say, hey, I'm having a trunk show for J. Crew at this space. And the thing is, trunk shows don't have to be this like professional thing. Like I held trunk shows at my friends' houses. Like I literally went to my friends' houses and held a trunk show. You can also hold a trunk show at your house, or if you live in a building that has like a common area that you can use or rent out, use it, right? Or if you have like a friend that has a cool space, or another business owner who has like maybe a salon, maybe you can use it after hours or during, right? So highlighting a certain brand, a certain designer would be cool, like to host a trunk show. Another way is to host a workshops. So as a boutique, the best workshop that you can host is styling events. So last year I held a styling event. I brought in 2 stylists. Both are amazing stylists. One has been featured on Cosmo, Harper's Bazaar, like all the things. And I said, okay, I want to create an in-person event on my online clothing store. So I found these 2 stylists and I asked them, can you create a lookbook, a trend, show, a kind of like a demonstration, give them tips, but use my clothes. So they were able to put together this event. I invited we had over like 60 people. We sold out, and it was so fun because we had it set up like auditorium style, and we had a podium, and the stylists had models, and they were showing off my clothes while at the same time providing value and information on how to style their clothes. But also, I got to meet so many influencers that I had followed on social media. They were in Chicago. I got to meet friends of friends that I've never met. The stylists brought in their friends, so new people were introduced to my brand. I would say like 90% of the people in the audience who came, I've never met, which was amazing. So it was my way of acquiring new customers, but also meeting new people. While we were there, obviously there were drinks, networking. I was talking to everyone. We were taking pictures. Like it was just so fun. And again, I met so many people, and these are just not things that you can do online. So always think about, even though you're online, think about how you can create a personalized experience. And don't worry about saying like, oh, well, I'm in Chicago and I can't provide that experience in New York. You should worry about creating your brand footprint in your town, in your city first, right? Like, and if you decide to expand, then you can always throw events. Like you can always fly to New York and collaborate with a little boutique and host a trunk show there or whatever. And you can start building out that way, but always start local. There's no need for you to start countrywide, nationwide, if you don't even have customers in your town or your city. Don't make it hard. Another way, and this is a lot of things that if you have time, especially if you're a service, like, let me just say this, sponsorships and charity events. Now, when it comes to sponsorships, it's more like donating something, right? So like it could be product, it could be time. As a boutique, some of the things that you can do is you can you can be a sponsor of clothes. So let's say that there is a charity event. One of the things that I did for my clothing brand was I held a fashion show. So it was a fashion show charity event. And as a designer, I brought in the models and the clothes. And that was my contribution to the charity event. And with that, they were able to sell tickets. And there was a silent auction. It was like this whole big thing. It was like a gala. And we were able to raise $75,000. And it was a way for me to just take what I had, what I could, because at that point I couldn't give 20 grand, but I could give something that would yield more than 20 grand, right? So if you have products that you can borrow for a photo shoot, if there are certain events being held together, if there's charities, see how you can contribute, even if you can't pay with money. What you can also do is what I did with my clothing brand is I donated 1% of every sale to a nonprofit organization. So I picked a nonprofit every year, 1% of sales went to that. So it wasn't like it was coming out of my pocket per se. It was like, whatever I make, 1% is going to be donated to this charity. Yes. So you want to do a charity that also your customers care about. A simple survey, a simple question, a simple poll can give you that information. But giving back to causes that are important to you not only like shows that you care, but also it's advertising. Like when you sponsor events, they usually put you on marketing materials, but it builds your trust within the community. And again, starting local. Another thing you can do is hold a private shopping event. So say that you have like your VIP members or your first 10 customers, right? Whoever bought from you. Say 6 months down the line, you want to give those 10 customers, like you want to thank them so much for being your first 10 customers, or maybe they've spent over $500. You send them like an invite. And again, this could be like at your house, at someone's house. This could be at a space that you rent. This could be at another business. Get creative with the space, but you can create a private shopping event where maybe you bring in some champagne and only the people that are on your list, say these first 10 customers or people who spent over 1,000, can come in and bring their girlfriends and have a personalized shopping experience with champagne. And it's another way that you're building loyalty. You are taking this online concept and bringing it to life. And now, of course, this would only apply to your local customers, which is fine because you are building community within your city. Like you want to do that. For those that are online, you can send them an email. For those who are not in your city, you can send them an email, give them a coupon, or give them first access to maybe a drop that you're doing and say you get first pick on these items, right? So that would be cool. Number 6, have a launch party. So if you're introducing a new collection, a new season, have a launch party, right? Keep it low budget though. Do not spend a lot of money on this. I would say set it up as a pop-up in some way, have some drinks, music, that's it. And then like get a cute backdrop so people can take pictures and tag yourself, create spots. So have launch parties. And last, host collaborations, collaborate with other partners, other businesses. So let's say that there are, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like there's a jewelry store by you. Collaborate with them and say like, for Mother's Day, we will be giving like, I don't know, an earring and a dress for 50% off for Mother's Day only. Something like that. Get creative, collaborate with people around you. Now, guys, those were 21 ways that you can build customer loyalty. What was your favorite? Comment which one was your favorite. We talked about social media, email marketing, and in-person events. And even me hosting these lives, this is me building loyalty with you guys. Like there are 2 people in here that always come to my lives that are like always on, right? And it's kind of like this thing. It's like we're building rapport. We're getting to know each other better. So those are 21 ways, guys. Especially if you're starting out, you can start building loyalty before you launch. And it could simply be by sharing your story. Maria, I know you're doing that. You're sharing your story. You're bringing people along on your journey. You're showing them how you're developing your collection, how you quit your job. Like it's all building loyalty. Now, my trainings have moved over to YouTube. So I know here I'm Instagram Live. So sometimes I'll be putting them on Instagram Live, but my trainings have moved over to YouTube. Make sure to watch my video podcast there. I love the contribution to raising money. I love that too, because it's a cool way to host fun events without you actually having to pay out of pocket. It's like, if I make $100 or whatever you make, then I'll give a certain percentage of that to this charity. It doesn't require you having to find money from your own bank account and having to pay, right? It's a great way to give back. It's a great way for advertising. It's a great way to build trust in the community. And it's a great way to build loyalty. Thanks for that, Maria. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can watch my YouTube videos. I have all my trainings are on there. You can also watch my podcasts on there. And for those listening, for those that are new, if you have any questions about my Boutique Bootcamp, which is a program where I take women who want to start an online boutique, I help them set up their online boutique from start to finish. If you have any questions about Boutique Bootcamp, just comment boutique down below in the comments, or feel free to DM me boutique, and then I can see if you're a good fit and I can give you more information on the program. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for participating. I really hope that you found this helpful. Loyalty is everything. So make sure that you implement some of the tips here. 21 tips. I know that was a lot. So at least a few, get started. Cannot wait to see you guys next Thursday. Have a beautiful week.